And away we go.
All right, cool. So how's life been treating you?
Life's treating me fine.
All right, that's good to hear. So, what is in the news today?
A handful of things. Just need to look back in the chats, because I don't know where to start, man.
Yeah, I mean, let's start with this. I knew my the place where my ancestors came from would not let me down. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I knew the day would come. Like, at least they made it very clear that they stand against something like that.
Yeah, I mean, with most places, they would just fold. But I'm glad I'm glad Africa is definitely standing its ground there, and I'd say at least at least they're standing for something. I mean, I know there's probably other problems that they still need to solve, but at least they're standing on that.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is, Africa in general, they don't have what we in the developed Western world have. So I don't think many native Africans in general have much to lose.
That's true. I mean, they only really have that. Only really have that. So I'm glad they're standing on it, and I knew they wouldn't let me down.
What were you on about?
Something regarding I'll be on. We're on actually. Yeah, we're on about Africa and them at least standing
Well, they have nothing. What do they have? They're a bunch of people that have not been civilized. And they, even after all the civilization we did, they are still backwaters.
Yeah,
Backwaters.
I'll say that most people don't have to agree with what they stand for, but you gotta admit at least they stand for something. They're not backing down. Don't have, but
They say Africa's this powerful thing, but it's not. I don't think Africa is bad. I think there are some parts of Africa that look like they're fucking 100 years.
I think certain parts of Africa is advanced, but not every part of Africa.
Certain parts, and it's mostly the parts that came from Britain, France.
Mm.
The other parts, not so much.
But but that's true. But have you heard the news about can't Trump essentially making Canada the 50th?
Once Canada happens, it'll be Britain next.
Yeah, I think
Like you said, we'll be uniting this. We'll be in the English-speaking world.
that's true. That is true.
Five Eyes will be united as one, and we will reform the British Empire, but all under a different name. Americans, they're British. Australians, British. Canadians, British. New Zealand, British. Australia, British. They can fucking change your name all you fucking want, but when it comes down to it, you will still be British. Same with India. You can fucking change your name, do all the fuck you want, but you will still be British in my eyes, and the vast majority of people. We won't view you as a separate nation. We'll view you as English.
Huh. Yeah, that's true.
America, to me, America and Canada are just two siblings, but can't admit to themselves they're British.
I mean, yeah, the only difference is that with Canada, they say they speak a different way, and they say a in certain sentences.
The only reason why Canada is one fought a son, but one wasn't a rebellious son that thought, "Oh, I want to be a hard ass and leave the Union," and the other son, was a loyal. Decided to fight with the father to protect the Union, and it'll all come back to us where we'll all be one family again. It doesn't matter how long it takes. We will be a united nation. We will have our own federation.
Yeah.
But the only difference is it won't be Britain leading it. It'll be the eldest son leading it.
There are some people saying that's only going to usher in the new world order, but who really knows?
Britain. I'm not advocating for Europe to join us. I'm advocating for the English-speaking world to unite.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true, and I think that'd be a great thing.
I'm advocating for the English-speaking world. I'm advocating for the main colonies to unite as one. I'm advocating for Australia. I'm advocating for the UK. I'm advocating for Canada. I'm advocating for advocating for Canada. Heck, I'd be in favour of Jamaica joining us.
You say you're happy in favour of Jamaica joining us?
I'd be happy for all the fucking colonies in North America that were formerly British to join the Union.
Why
don't make them fucking sub-territories?
I think with Trump, they can definitely be possible. It can definitely happen.
Trudeau says he's not interested. Most of the Canadians are for it. There's a bunch of libtards that say, "No, we don't want to. We'll fight." They're expecting the British no. I'm telling you, fucking join them.
We'll fight.
No fucking guts.
We'll
They'll
fight is
steamroll you.
crazy.
You don't have the military to help you. Fucking
That's
join
true.
them. We should join them as well. Fuck it. Why not fucking unite the country? Why not unite the British Empire again?
That's
Have
true.
America lead it, and the Britain will just be a state, and we'll both. Canada will be joining America, and so will Britain. And it's most likely Australia as well. And the way things look like, it might even be South Korea as well.
South Korea.
Yeah, I mean, I say, why not we add South Korea into the mix? You see what's going on in South Korea, right?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, South
Yeah,
Korea needs
oh
all the
yeah,
help.
martial law.
The fact he did martial law and then the guy got fucking impeached.
South Korea definitely needs all the help that they can get right now. So
The thing is, though, South Korea, right? It's effectively a British American colony, an American penal colony. There's so
wow.
much the U.S. military there, right? And they've got Samsung that's heavily invested in Korea that controls the Korean economy, who's probably funded mainly by American investors.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I think South Korea would definitely be like an interesting addition to America in general. I think
It'll
that.
happen. I suspect that Mexico will join. Mexico will be. You want to know the real reason for it, Eric? The US dollar is about to crash, right? And they're concerned that it'll have regional impacts on the local level, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the reason why they want them to join, right? Want Canada to join because they know for a fact when the US dollar collapses, right, it will cause reasonable panic all around the other two countries, and they want to keep things under control. And that's one of the reasons. The other reason is quite honestly economic reasons. There's a new Arctic trade route that will be made from Canada, which I'll have full access to. There's petrochemical industry that's quite interesting. There's a massive lumber industry, tree and lumber industry, right? Massive oil and gas, a massive amounts of renewable energy, and natural resources. Not to mention one of the biggest oil reserves that's barely been touched. That's why.
I mean, that sounds pretty accurate. Well, for the
Yeah,
most.
it's mainly financial things, it's financial institutions. But and let's be real here, I think it's also comes down to natural resources and trade routes. There's
Wait.
benefits.
So if
There's benefits to Canada and there's benefits to America. America would gain all their natural resources.
so if Canada joins in America, then that means the people who fled to Canada would have fled to Canada for nothing.
Yep. Doesn't mean they don't have to live there. Plus, let's be real here. There's benefits. There's benefits to Canada joining America, right?
I'll say kudos.
Alaska will be fully connected.
I'll say kudos to this.
Trade routes, natural resources, lumber. Not to mention, you get a new set of corporations, right? Canadian corporations.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Not to mention, you would also get a new market for other stuff as well.
There's many possibilities and many great opportunities in this. So, I'd say.
Yeah, there's many opportunities. There might be there's probably a lot of wealth to be made, to be fair.
Yeah, that's true. That is.
Canadians are probably concerned that their properties going to get, everything else is going to be raised. Prices are going to be raised and everything, right?
Right.
And effectively, housing prices will probably go up. But short term, it might be bad, right? But they're saying, but it's a bad idea because you'd be giving you'd be keeping Republicans out of the Congress, right? Out of government for decades, right?
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah,
That's
possibly.
a lie, though. That's a lie. That's a lie they always tell, right? Right, let's be real here. Trump flipped so much of the Democrats, right? You don't think we could do that? Don't think we could do that to the Canadians? Flip them. You don't think we could flip half the fucking? Who knows?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
The benefits are Alaska would be fully controlled. You'd have a full border with Alaska. Downside is you'd have closer of a. Bonuses are you would get natural resources. There's benefits to annexing all of Mexico as well. So what else is there?
Let's say, yeah.
What else?
Oh my gosh. French government collapses in no confident vote.
Marine Le Pen will be coming in.
Possibly.
Does that mean Macron's out been sacked?
Well, we're not sure what the no confidence vote was. It could be the French Parliament.
I think it was the Maxime Bernier or something like that. The new president, new guy that Macron appointed.
Possibly. Oh yeah, and also I've seen that quite recently there has been a vote introducing proportional representation for the next general election.
What does that mean?
So you know how? So you know in the recent election that just happened where Keir Starmer is now in government, proportional representation is whatever percentage of the UK population voted for that party, the number of seats in the House of Commons will be reflected by the percentage of people that voted.
Is that a good or bad thing? Why would Starmer allow that if it was a bad thing?
Well, actually, I don't think Starmer would like proportional representation because it actually goes against Labour. There would be no proportional representation for the next general election would meaning a majority would practically be impossible unless over 50% of the UK population voted for Labour. That's what it is. If more than half of the country, regardless of where you live, have voted for Labour, then even under PR, Labour would have a majority. However, proportional representation, given that at least a third of the country voted for Labour, a third of the seats would be filled by Labour MPs. That's what PR is in a nutshell. Percentage of people that voted for a party is represented accurately in the number of seats that the party fills
Is that
in the House of Commons.
what's going on in America?
No, I don't. I haven't heard anything about
So
proportional
what's
representation in
America's
the US.
electoral system? Is it first past the post or is it?
I think it's first past the post in the US, and for UK it's also first past the post. And also, if PR was used in this election, do you know how many seats Reform UK could have gotten?
How many?
At least 93. So PR would actually benefit the smaller parties, including Reform UK, given the huge amount of people that voted for Reform in the last election.
Can I be honest? I'm kind of concerned about the amount of parties that there are. It just dilutes the vote, which also can hurt Reform.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I think don't you think there's a reason for this? Like they did first past the post, got rid of first past the post to allow for more parties to be created, right? Which will then effectively hurt Reform getting seats because they'll be nudged out simply by what Homeland Party or Greens or a bunch of or Alba or a bunch of others. Does this only affect Westminster? Does this affect the SNP? Does this affect affect Holyrood? Westminster.
This was passed in the House of Commons, so I think this would only impact the general election.
Okay, so the local elections, we still got this fucking bullshit. Okay.
So local elections still have whatever local electoral systems. It's just, in terms of the general election, proportional representation is likely to be used for the next general elections.
How big would it be? How big would it be if Canada were to be annexed by America?
Big in what way?
How historic would it be?
Historically, well, there's a lot of history to be written about that.
What about how historic would it be if the UK and America ceased their bitter rivalry and become one? Father and son reuniting, which will happen. It'll happen before the end of 2050. Mark my words. Nigel gets in. There might even be talks secretly by Nigel with Nigel Farage and Trump right now. If you get in, we'll allow you to become a freaking state. We'll give you a backdoor entry into the statehood. Well, who's going to replace Trump once he's gone?
For 2028, I've heard JD Vance was most likely
Liberals think that they're going to win the next election in America. Even I don't believe that. I think they'll be out of office for at least 10 years. Unless they fuck up as bad as Starmer, I can't see them being... People are saying there's about to be a massive housing crash in in America.
Yeah, that is so true.
Florida, supposedly. There's lots of Airbnbs, right? People owning Airbnbs, right? And most of the properties in Florida are Airbnbs, right? They're not actually housed by tenants, they're just being used as holiday homes to make money.
So unfortunate.
So do you think they're going to allow that to happen simply just to fucking kill Trumps? I hear that Britain's trying to push for another pandemic by 4 million doses of vaccine, which is weird.
Did
you
remember what I said about 2025?
Yeah.
The time is fast approaching us. Potentially. It'll happen where we least expect it.
Did you hear about the aliens?
Which aliens?
They're posting pics about aliens, the fact that they're arrived, right? And they're trying to pull this technique so they can get into, so they can get in, so they can create a new world, one world government.
Yeah, those aliens are probably demons or something, or just
Not
just fake
demons, they're
robot,
just
or just fake
fucking
robots or something.
demons, robots, and all that.
So
When do you
what?
think they're going to be gone? When can we get rid of the bait? I heard of Bover, the farm thing, and the food and our milk. Supposedly, Orla and Bill Gates are want to put crickets or like leeches into our food. And all stuff like that. Why are there people wanting to put weird things in our food?
They just want to see what happens if people consume it.
Why can't they fucking do that natural? Why? Why would you do that on a national to everybody, every person? If you want to do that, why not do it in a fucking scientific lab? Just fucking human experimentation's wrong.
Yeah, exactly. But that they don't care about that.
Of course they
Sadly.
don't, because they only care about is making money and ruining people's lives.
Yeah.
What else is there?
Oh yeah. I shared something quite recently in regards to a soccer player wearing the armband, and he written "I love Jesus" on the rainbow armband, and the English Football Association is like, nah, we can't have that. We're gonna fine you or something.
I'll go fuck off. So what, we've got to fucking put on the fucking... So we've got to wear your fucking little demonic badge. Fuck your demonic badge.
Yeah, in fact, if I was him, I would have just done it again. They would have
Yeah,
just probably
wear it again.
fired me
Just say,
for
look,
it.
I'm sorry, but I have my political beliefs. I do not believe in the fucking trans flag. I have my own opinion, and quite honestly, I do not want to support something that's demonic as the LGBTQ, which is demonic.
You know
These
what's
a lot of
crazy?
people think it's demonic because
You know
it's
what's crazy though?
humanism.
The rainbow doesn't even belong to them.
It doesn't belong to them, and they've taken it. They take everything because they've never actually done anything. They never work. They never do anything. All they do is take, and give nothing back.
The thing is, this isn't even about the rainbow armband. It's the fact he written "I love Jesus," and the FA like, no, we're not having that.
Yeah, because they're a bunch of demonic freaks. They're demonic. They hate everything. Heaven forbid someone
What's
has an
about
opinion
Jesus'
other than
name
theirs.
that triggers them? I don't
It triggers
understand.
them because they were Satan worshippers. They worship the devil. The FIA is probably owned by fucking Jews
You know, I
who
bet if
fucking
somebody
hate
put,
religion, hate Christians.
I bet if somebody put Allah Akbar on an armband,
Oh, they'd
nothing.
be fucking happy about that. They love Muslims. They love all that stuff. They're anti-British, they're anti-Christian, and they're anti-everything. But they love the invaders. They do.
There's a reason why it's called Antichrist, not anti-Muhammad or anti-anybody else, just
What is it?
Antichrist.
Let's throw away the Antichrist. What do you think? It's Antichrist. Like, if I'm personally being honest, I think Eastern Orthodoxy in certain aspects could be Antichrist.
How come?
Have you seen the pictures of the Eastern Orthodoxy, Eastern Orthodox Christians, right? The images of Christ, right? You can't tell me they don't look a bit like they don't look like something that completely opposite of what Jesus is. Kind of reminds you of the pictures of the pictures of the Antichrist.
Yeah, you could make a point. You could make that argument, but I don't think they have any ill intent stuff. I don't believe they have any ill intent stuff. But for the most part, yeah. As far as the armband goes, I would have done that again, and they probably would have just kept fining me, or just
These are images of it, right?
What'd you say?
I'll put it in Discord.
Oh, okay.
Tell me that doesn't look a little bit anti-Christian.
I think that's actually one of the oldest pictures, they had of but I can kind of see what you mean though. I mean, I'm not gonna say it looks.
I do think there was a schism in between the religions, right? One was going Christian, was wanting to keep the word of God, and the other one wanted to worship the Antichrist.
I don't think Orthodox is though. I mean,
I
they
feel
definitely do. They definitely do have great intentions. I will say that. I'm not gonna go against them. For the most part. Yeah, I think it was referring to LGBTQ churches and whatnot. Pretty much people who claim to love Jesus, but
or
yeah,
the fucking super churches.
yeah, but those two. I'm pretty sure there's some in New York that I've seen but not went to.
Like, same with that woman that said, "Oh, I'm a Christian, but I like to show my gash for cash." You cannot be a Christian if you're doing OnlyFans. You can't.
Yeah,
But it's true. You can't be. The fact that there's people probably support this, like, most Christians would say, you're not Christian.
but yeah, you're absolutely right though. You can't be an OnlyFans model selling your body online, but also claim to be a Christian. It's like that's just how that like. Here's the thing with that girl Sophie Rain, is that her name or whatever?
She
Yeah,
claimed that it wasn't her, it was in the picture, but she got fired because she supposedly got fired, and then she leaned into it and started becoming a porn star. So you must have done it.
but you said it's not. You said it's not
She
her, but it's
claimed
someone else.
at the start she got her fame on TikTok because she dressed up in a Spider-Man costume, right? And then they apparently said no, it wasn't, and then she got fired from her job because she thought that was like the manager of that job, of her job, and that, right? Thought that was her, so she got fired because of it, right? She
Oh,
claimed it wasn't, and then after that, she started leaning into it and started doing more provocative stuff. Then
oh,
later on, she launched her OnlyFans account.
wow. Okay, yeah, no, she's not Christian, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I've seen. I would say I've seen, and I didn't go seeking this out. One time I saw one porn star on Twitter one time in the comment section of a post, and it said in her bio, it said that she claimed to be Christian, and she's saying,
No
"I'm,"
Christian would do that. That's like
and I'm
saying
saying,
the Jew, the people. It's like saying, "Oh, I'm a Jew and I fucking own a porn site. I sell lube." You're not a fucking Jew. You're a Zionist. No Jew
exactly,
or holy someone that represents God, supposedly represents God. Even though I'm pretty sure Jews represent Satan.
yeah, you
There's
know,
the Star of David 666,
yeah,
six
you
sides
know,
of the pentagram.
pretty
Clearly,
much,
Jews are clearly Satanists. Or
yeah. It's
clearly
like,
the people beware of the Jews that believe in Satan.
yeah, I would say they're not the real Jewish people. They're just not,
The real
you know,
Jews are dead, or they're not living in. They're not living. They've all
they're
probably been murdered. The real Jews have probably been murdered. We're being truly honest.
yeah, they're either most of the real ones are
Or
either
they're
dead.
in hiding, or they're literally people that literally, or they're people that gave up on their religion and thought became normal people, but have Jewish heritage.
Yeah,
Supposedly,
I would say like there are definitely some Jews out there who just don't follow the religion and
don't
just are
follow the religion, but have Jewish ties through
yeah,
grandparents.
yeah, and they're like, you know, they're fine with that. They're just like, I'm just want to live my life and do
I just
that.
want to live my life. I want nothing to do with this demonic religion. Demonic
Yeah,
in every aspect.
yeah, yeah, definitely. But
It's demonic.
yeah, I mean, you know,
Jews
for the
are
most,
demonic, and they always have been demonic. They have the religion represents. They say, "Oh, they're a trophy ally," but they fucking hate Christians. They spit on Christians. They treat them like shit. They bomb a. Did you hear this? They bombed a fucking a Christian church in Lebanon.
really, I mean, I've
Yes,
heard of church
in
bombings, but I
Israel
didn't. Oh wow, actually, I
during
think
the
I.
Lebanese war just recently. They're not
Oh,
friends. They're not your allies.
yeah,
Jews
I would
aren't
say.
our allies. They never have been. But we deal with them because it's better than them not fucking turning on us like what they did Germany.
Yeah, I would say like, you know, Jewish people who hate Christ, man. I would not. I couldn't sit at the same. I could
They
not break
all
bread
hate
with.
Christ, though. The Jews are never religious. They're not religious. They say they're religious. No, they're not. They use the religion of Judaism as a fucking scapegoat for their crimes.
I feel like some of them just
Molly
work.
and all them, they use their fucking religion as a fucking scapegoat. Ben Shapiro, he's not a fucking Jew. He might
Even
have
though
Jewish heritage, but he's not a fucking Jew.
he wears a big
He
yarmulke.
doesn't look like a practicing Jew. None of them do.
Even though he wears a big
Every
yarmulke.
practicing Jew is to be wearing the Jewish garb.
He wears a big yarmulke on his head, though.
Does he?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
never see that. You never see that in his videos.
yeah, yeah. I just see it in some of his videos. I don't really. I see it in some of the
They
clips.
love to be a lot of these people, celebrities. They love to be Jews just for their appearance. They're not actually Jews. They're Zionists. They always are been Zionists. Anybody
Mm.
that lives in Israel is not a Jew. It's a Zionist.
I think some people who have Jewish like descent, some of them identify as like, you know, just white because it's like,
Because
you
they
know.
are. Because why would you want to do it? Jews are not a religion. They never have been a religion. They're a group of fucking extremists in certain aspects. Some of the most extremist Jews are actually people from Israel. They are Zionists. And it's pure and simple. Does that make
Mm.
them a bad people? Who knows? But they're not Jews. They never have been Jews, and they never will be Jews.
Yeah. So
There's a reason why they're not allowed to DNA test in Israel.
really,
They
is
don't
that?
like to DNA test because then they would realize they're not Jews. They're a bunch of Europeans.
I didn't even know that.
I
I
The
didn't even know
joke,
that.
supposedly.
Huh. I mean they could most likely all be Europeans.
They are Europeans. None of them are Jewish. None of them people have the blood, right? The closest ones that probably have the blood to it are the blacks, right? And then the ones that do, right? They told them for you to even live in Israel, you have to fucking euthanize yourself so you can't have kids.
You said the closest people to
Oh,
Jewish.
it would be the blacks, yeah? Because remember, Jesus is supposedly black.
Yeah, that's
Or
true.
black skin, right? So
Yeah,
clearly,
or just
clearly there'd be the Ethiopian Jews are probably the closest. If we're being realistic to the teachings, right?
yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah,
But
that is true.
they basically told them, and if you want to live in Israel, you have to basically make it so you can't you have to sterilize yourself because we don't want them. They don't. What does that tell you? They're a bunch of blood purists. Well, it's okay for Jews to be blood purists, but for fuck's sake, if the Germans wanted to be blood purists and have the pure German race, what does that make you? Make us.
Yeah, I'll be honest. As far as that's concerned, I can understand why somebody would want to keep their bloodline purely. Their blood.
The blood purists. Oh, they
Yeah,
complain about. Oh, it's terrible. It's terrible. You want to get rid of the Jews in Germany? Yeah, you're blood purists. You want.
I would say there's nothing wrong with a white
There's
person
nothing
wanting to be.
wrong with it, but
Yeah, I would say
it's
there's
the
nothing.
hypocrisy. Oh, you get mad at the freaking Germans in 1940s, but when you fucking do it, oh, it's fucking fam dabby dozy. Rules for me and not for thee.
I would say man, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, if it's
There's
your
nothing
preference,
wrong with it, but
yeah, it's
they're
your preference.
hypocrites. They always are. They always are hypocrites.
Yeah,
You're not a Jew if you sell porn to people. The most of the big porn sites are owned by Jews. Most of the big freaking sex brothels are owned by Jews.
even Rabbi Shmuley has
Yes, he's the one that supposedly has his own lube business.
with his daughter
And
too.
nothing, like, why the hell would you have a business like that with your freaking daughter?
No, that's crazy with your daughter. I mean,
It's
I get
almost as bad as Hunter Biden, his niece.
Don't get me wrong. I get if he
Oh
opened
yeah, I forgot we're not allowed to talk about that. The fact that literally Hunter Biden, there's evidence if you look far enough that Hunter did some dodgy shit with his niece.
Yeah,
It doesn't talk about that in the fucking indictment, does it?
yeah.
Or
He
the
was
impeachment
recently
trial.
pardoned by.
Yeah. Don't you think it's quite interesting that they pardoned him on everything that he supposedly didn't do in the 2014, like Burisma, or some of the time with maybe his niece Haley,
Yeah.
or
I mean,
his brother's dead daughter. His brother's dead.
now I'm not gonna lie
Brother's
though.
daughter.
If they have Hunter Biden run for president, bro, then
No,
I
he
think
won't. No, he won't. Because we'll call him out. He's a hypocrite. Even the left think he should be fucking indicted in prison for what he did.
yeah, that's true. That is true.
Even people, even rhino Republicans, right? People that fucking hate Trump, right? You're saying that, well, you've basically just given him a fucking blue book. You said you would never pardon Hunter, and you did.
Yeah, he had a
So
tweet
you
that
basically
said
given
no.
you've given the people Trump the guy the go ahead to fucking pardon everything from January 16,
Yeah.
January
Hunter
6th.
Biden said no one is above the law yet.
Yeah, he pardons his fucking son.
Yeah, who's clearly
But
guilty. But
let's not chase it out. The real reason why he was pardoned is because he's trying to protect himself. Because there's some very incriminating stuff. If we were to really go after him, he would be fucking in jail.
I do
Even
wonder.
though I don't even think Biden's even alive anymore. I'm pretty sure he's dead, and that's an actor.
Yeah, I do wonder if Biden is alive though. I mean, I wonder how aware he is.
He's not alive. He's dead. He died a long time ago. The guy that's playing him right now is someone else, and the same thing's going on in Russia. I don't think that's actually Putin.
Huh? Really?
Actor.
How long ago do you think Putin died? Like early 2000s, or just like
Died
early?
too late. Maybe after his first presidency when he left.
Huh? Wow.
The only thing's a bit weird how he came there back and then he came back after that, right? Don't you think it's a bit weird?
So wait, hold on. So he was there, then he left, then he came back again, in a weird way. Wow, I didn't even know that.
Medvedev took over as prime minister, right? And I think supposedly I haven't saying that he had a different role, right? But he's been running Russia for effectively for what point does it become a monarchy?
That could definitely be a possibility. He could
I
definitely
think Russia becomes a monarchy. I think America becomes a monarchy, but I don't think it'll be under the Windsors. I think it'll be under Trump.
2025 is definitely going to be an interesting year.
The year where America becomes a monarchy. and we build a new empire.
Speaking of which,
Some people say that Elon's the gateway to the new plan for the West.
yeah, I've been hearing that too. I have, and I wouldn't be surprised if he is.
Possibly.
I mean, who knows though? Who knows?
Wow.
I do know one thing though. Elon is definitely to a degree a wolf in sheep's clothing. I mean, a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Yes, he is.
To a degree, you have to kind of I know people are like hyping Elon up, like, yeah, free speech on Twitter or X or whatever.
It's not free speech, though, realistically.
It's
is
not. Yeah, it's free
There's
speech.
certain aspects. There's certain aspects after how when Trump, right? When Trump freaking happened. When Elon took over a couple months later, right? That video I posted in there about the song about Hunter Biden, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At one point, the thing was like edited so it bleeps shit out.
Oh yeah, I think I do remember
that.
that.
It's a full version now, so it's not doing that anymore. So
yeah, I'll
if
be
it
honest.
was Trump Jr., it would be on CNN.
But the one thing we have to do is stop.
Fox Miners, that's the real BLM.
Yeah. But the one thing we have to stop doing is calling Elon a champion of free speech because,
He's not a champion of free speech.
It's free speech to an extent.
To an extent where nobody can see it.
Yeah, and to the point where I'm not gonna lie. One time I tried to post that. Yeah, it's not.
Can I tell you something, guys? Right, I posted something right on X, right, and I got it was that bad that I got a fucking thing. I mean, a word from I got a message from X, right, basically saying not take it down, but effectively a warning.
And
the thing was basically all I said was, look, I basically said how Jews are the spawn of Satan.
Yeah, you can't really say anything about the Jews. I'll be honest. One time I tried to post in a comment section how certain Jews are part of the synagogue of Satan, and it was invisible. It became invisible.
There are some things that I post, right? There's a tell when it's been shadow banned, right? Because every time it says, "Oh, it hasn't been sent," and then it's sent.
Yeah, that's true.
You can tell that when it's not been sent.
Yeah, some things haven't really been sent for me, also. So it's just
they say it's been out, but it's not out. It's basically been put on a freaking ghost list. It's not free speech, but it's never free speech. But you're never gonna get free speech. Everything you see in there is what they want you to see. They want us to. They want America. They clearly want America to become one. Canada to become one.
I would say for the most part, I don't really post anything controversial. Apparently, quoting scripture regarding.
Yeah, supposedly, I quoted that as well. They
didn't
like it.
Apparently, quoting scripture is not allowed because it's talking about.
Because they question. They want people question, thinking, "Oh, Jews are evil." Well, they are evil. They are evil. They always have been evil. All of them are evil? No, I don't think all Jews are evil. I think there are a bunch of people in the Jewish community that, quite honestly, are probably just pawns.
Yeah, I mean,
just
some
like
of them probably don't even.
I think there's a bunch of people that are pawns. They got into it thinking it's a cool religion, right? When realistically, they're not even on the high fucking totem pole.
Yeah, some people probably don't even know what's going on.
They don't know what's going on. They just believe it's a cool religion, and we pray and do the Hanukkah, right? That's not how it really works, right? Why don't we talk about the Rothschild Ball, the Illuminati Rothschild Ball every year? Basically, they're basically the ones that like spirit cooking. Heard of spirit cooking? Basically, where they eat humans.
Wait, what?
Abramovich.
I'm sorry. Say that one more time.
Your spirit cooking.
Oh.
Where they basically eat humans. There are certain elite parties where they literally eat dead humans, or supposedly have humans that look like dead people. Cakes are things that look like humans, but could be humans, or just but look exactly like them, while wearing weird hats and masks.
Weird hats and masks. But
more like freaking horses' head, horse masks, deer masks.
Okay, yeah.
Kind of mask like the thing from what was it, like Squid Game.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie though.
Supposedly Diddy wants to testify.
Really? Why?
Like out his paymaster.
What is he gonna testify for?
He wants to testify about who's the fucking people he was freaking controlling or had blackmail on. The people that are very bad people that did some very naughty things at those Diddy parties.
You think Diddy?
Supposedly saying there's a lot of people. Did you see the post where they said that Elvis faked his death?
Wait, did he?
Who knows if he did or not? But there's a post there's a post saying he faked Trump, but Elvis faked his death, right? And then there's a picture of Trump. Trump posts a picture of him and Elvis.
Hold on. Did you send it in the chat?
Yeah.
Let me check.
I think it was last night.
Okay, hold on. Let me scroll. If you still have it, just send it.
FBI file shows Elvis joined witness protection program.
And then earlier I saw a picture of him and Trump.
Ah.
In color.
Hold on, resend it in the chat if you can find it. I want to.
Hold on. I got it.
Cause I'm not.
No, you didn't send it.
Oh,
Huh.
yeah.
Elvis joined witness protection Wow.
There's also a freaking. They say it's a conspiracy theorist, right? That's from the Sun, right? But there's also the thing posted. Then on that day, there was a picture of him and Trump. Elvis with a picture of him and Trump. On that day, it was actually from a Trump posting that himself.
Wow. Okay.
Either he's trolling or taking the piss, or he's trying to make people convinced that Elvis is still alive. Even or the fact that he died I think Elvis died a long time ago, right? But I do think he faked his death, stayed around for a couple more years than that. Don't get me wrong, I do think Elvis probably faked his death, right? How old was Elvis at the time when he died? 30s?
I would assume 40s, 50s. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think somewhere in the 40s.
You think
maybe I want to get out of this. Maybe I want to just freaking enjoy my life. Maybe I just want to freaking have a quiet life.
I don't know, man. I mean, if I had an option, if you had the option, would you fake your death?
But you had to become an informant.
That's true. So would you just?
I'm not going to say. Maybe not.
Well, I mean, whatever.
From Elvis.
I'd say whatever happens. If you fake your death, fake your death. If you die, you die. And it just.
You'd be surprised. Even they said, don't be surprised. A lot of people that fake their deaths are still.
I would assume. Here's the thing. I would assume Michael Jackson did.
Listen, Liverpool, for so many years, people have been saying that Elvis and I look alike. Now this pic has been going all over the place. What do you think? Picture of Trump and Elvis on Truth Social.
Oh, wow. Do you have a profile on Truth Social?
No, it's just posted on X.
Ah, got you. I'll be honest, though. Michael, I would assume he's either still alive or just long gone. It's definitely something interesting to look into, though. But
there are more 200 short-term rentals across the country, like Airbnbs or video or VR Bros, that could be turned into housing. So, what's your answer to this, Trudeau? Fucking seize our land, seize the property, that seize our assets. It's a bit communism of you, ain't it? Ain't it?
Yeah. But what else is in the news?
I've sent something in the chat regarding to what would the House of Commons look like if proportional representation was used July this year. And man,
so who would be the main opposition? Would it be still Labour?
Yo, guys. By the way, good news. I can finally get off the app again and talk.
Yeah, let's go.
Should the SNP have 18 seats?
SNP would get 18 seats under proportional representation, which is double.
Euros only has. Is there only 4 states in Wales?
There are 4 seats currently of Plaid Cymru, the Party of Wales, in the House of Commons.
So how many seats in Wales is there?
In total, I need to
check. For Westminster.
Yo, I have a question. Would you guys watch a rematch between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul?
No.
Didn't watch it to begin with. I don't even watch that guy. I didn't even watch the Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight because I knew it would be fake. Fake as wrestling.
Yeah. It's all set up.
That's true. I mean, it went by. You sent in a script too, and it went by what the script said. I mean, obviously there was some stuff that weren't.
Even Jake said, "Oh, completely fake."
Wait, what did Jake say?
Jake even Paul said, "Jake is a go. Boxing is fake. It's all scripted." Tory.
They don't ban hate speech. They ban speech they hate.
So what's the party of Northern Ireland?
Which one?
So what party is Northern Ireland in the bottom of this sort of thing that you wrote?
That's just the that's just the number of seats that there are within Northern Ireland.
Okay. Do you think supposedly Reform can do extremely well in Wales?
Yeah, I'm certain that reform has an advantage and has huge support in Wales.
What about Scotland?
Nah, I'm sorry, mate. I don't think
There's a lot of
reform.
people.
Yeah, I know, but there's not a high enough plurality of Scottish people supporting reform at the moment.
Yet, but it will.
True, it's growing, but yeah, Scotland
We've
still
got tons of
has.
Scottish councillors flipping to them. Conservative councillors flipping. We've got heavy the guy that posts this like a guy that supported Boris Johnson, right? He's now joining Reform. Well, that's a good thing or not, I can't tell.
Okay.
Slowly but surely gaining more Scottish councillors who will help us build a cabinet for the Conservative Party and for the new Reform Party in Scotland. Same with Wales. We'll gain people in Wales as well, and we will build a presence. Do you think there'd be enough people in Scotland that'd be willing to become American?
Possibly.
Think there'd be enough people UK willing to become American?
At some point.
Do you think there's enough people in Wales willing to become now?
Yeah, it's likely, but at the moment it's kind of a coin toss. Because the thing is,
Who do you
people in
think?
Wales have their own issues to deal with before considering do you want to be part of the United States to have them assist in tackling the problems that Wales possibly have.
What's Wales' problems like? Lack of
Well,
investment?
Sophie Rain says she's a devout Christian who upholds her values, which is why she has remained a virgin despite earning 43 million from OnlyFans the past year.
Don't be surprised. I'm sure she'd be willing. If a man was willing to offer her 100 million, I'm sure she'd let the man defrow her flower for 100 mil.
all right, there are 32 Westminster seats in Wales.
How many of it? Only 4 are led by Plaid.
Plaid Cymru has 4 seats across Wales.
Only 4.
4 Plaid Cymru seats.
Did they have a lot more than that, or they only ever held 4?
They've always held between 4, 3, maybe 5 at one point, but it's closely to 4.
How many seats has the SNP always held?
I'll have to go way back and see.
Early
But
2000s.
I think with SNP, it's the party that a lot of Scottish people just vote for because, well, they have a platform that stands on independence for Scotland.
But nobody wants independence. We want to join America. I want to join America. I want the UK to join America, but I don't want us to join just alone. I want us and Canada to join at the same time. Make it historic. I'll join. I'm happy to join America, but I only want to do it if we take our little son, our retarded disabled son, Canada with us. That's the
Only
only
time will
way
tell.
I'm willing to accept us going into America, is if we take the little disabled son, Canada. That supposedly was the only one that stayed with us the longest.
I see.
What is wrong with Canada?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Canada is, well,
Canada?
wow.
Wait.
Okay. That's that.
That is brutal, man.
Doesn't mean we don't love them, but they're the one that effectively. There are some. They are the one that literally did. They are the one that stayed with us the longest. They only left when we kicked them out. Surprisingly, even if I don't think we should have left them go, we should let them stay. So what else is there?
Well, what else? What else is there? Let me check.
Canada will become American. So will Britain.
Clown World just posted Nintendo once Disney buys them out, and it's a black woman with a fat woman with a mustache and a wheelchair replacing Mario.
No way they're going to sell to Disney.
Yeah, I know.
If they're going to sell to anybody, they'll be selling to Microsoft.
And also, I don't think that they're going to replace Mario. They might make him more progressive, but that
Comcast will never allow that. Comcast would never allow the sale of Disney. If anybody was to buy it, it'd be Comcast.
Wait, hold on, let me read this. Wait until they learn that the Jews/Vatican created Islam. That information won't sit well with many. The black cube represents Saturn, worship of Saturn. Baal.
Saturn. There's things of Saturn, right? There's things that talked about Saturn, right? 666. The rings of Saturn. Whereas multiple different realms. where we slowly incarnate every time our minds get wiped, supposedly, when we die.
Wow.
And we forget everything that we know. We forget the fact that literally forget everything we know.
Oh
But
man.
Satan runs this world, and we are his, and effectively we are his pawns.
I mean, yeah, man. It's like
Satan runs this world. This is his world, and we are the ones living in it.
yeah.
They
I
say
mean,
that we are not dead. They say that we did not die and transpass. We have been transported to this realm over times and years of reincarnation. The rings of Saturn. 666, the Star of David. 666, six
I,
sides of each pentagram, six sides of each freaking corner.
I would say, man, like we just need to keep enduring until like we eventually die out,
Yeah,
or until Jesus comes back. I would hope to live a long.
And we do die, we'll just be reincarnated and we'll forget everything. What's to come is what's to come.
And so on.
And the people that truly run the world.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I'll be honest. I don't 100%
And
believe.
who truly runs the world, Jamie?
In what way exactly?
Is it true that the Jews run the world, or is it someone else?
Well,
Or Zionists that run the world?
well, that's one answer, but there's other people, but they operate the world in different ways. There
I would
isn't a
say
straight
And the
answer.
people. So my concept on the world is that. Okay, so let me read this, right?
the Satan worshippers run the world, man. I mean, it's
They
like
run the religious aspect. It's multiple different.
Yeah, like for example, City of London Corporation. They have the
This book
finance,
is
and they
about the
say they
things
have,
the world you do not
at
know.
least.
also
This book.
I feel like we've kind of been over this too. It's like I'm not even gonna consider them Jews.
They're not Jews.
It's like you said. The closest to being Jews is like Ethiopian people. For the most part, and they just took that away from us. Well, they took that
Table
from Ethiopians.
for 12 families. This book is about the things about the world you don't know. You ain't supposed to know. This book will talk about 12 powerful families that control the earth we all live on, and they have had control over everything for thousands of years. Some built banking dynasties, some were born into noble blood, some conquered and became kings. All you need to know is they control people's lives. And to them, you are mere pawns in a chessboard. To those that are trying to get into that group or family, you will never truly be accepted. Once they achieve their long-awaited plan, they will chuck you to a side, like the mere pawns you are. Each of the 12 control a certain aspect of life. One controls movies, one controls the oil companies and car companies, one controls banking, one controls religion, one controls every aspect of our lives, like you said. One's religion, one's banking, one's natural resources, some are metals.
I mean, it's just a dip. It's just
Yes, there are certain aspects, certain people that control all of it. It's all controlled by one, but there are major families that control only certain sectors of the economy. There's a family that controls all the governments, a family that controls all the oil, a family that controls all the royal families. So that would be Windsor. What else is there?
everything has an aspect to it. To be honest,
Yes.
you
It
know,
does, yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's just the
You
truth.
mean
It's just the truth of the world. But it's like for the most part, I
who
try to
owns all the central banks? Ooh.
Telegram U-turns and joins global child safety scheme.
It's like he sold out to the Jews.
Wait, who me or John?
Pavel Pavlov has probably sold out to the Jews now. The guy that was almost arrested in France, he sold out to the Jews. What a surprise. Is X part of this scheme?
The source doesn't say anything about X.
Of course it doesn't. Okay. Is there anything else, or is this us?
OpenAI's Sam Altman not that worried about rival Elon Musk's influence in the Trump administration.
Well,
Wow.
Sam Altman declared, he wants to make he wants to make a public open AI company, right? And then the bloke decides he's against making an open AI company for the betterment of humanity, and he wants to turns it into a fucking for profit. He's a scammer, a fucking grifter. How can you say, I want to do something for the better of society, make a non-profit, right? And then you turn OpenAI into a for-profit. Just tell me you're a fucking grifter. You said you were about fucking trying to make the world better, right? You
Who
didn't
Elon?
want this type of power in the hands of a bunch of globalists.
Who,
And then
Elon?
you sell out to fucking Microsoft, OpenAI.
I thought we were talking about Elon.
No, he's the one that was at least he was against that. He's the one saying we need a non-profit for AI, right? And then he tried to help build OpenAI, right? And then Sam Altman and his gang of thieves, they decide to freaking change it from a non-profit to a for-profit, and then they effectively get in bed with Microsoft, Bill Gates, the guy that wants to fucking feed us worms.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I really think no matter how much good people want to do in the world, it's
People
never gonna
get
be.
corrupted by money.
Yeah. Everyone's driven by money, but it's never really gonna be enough because there's always gonna be people opposed to that good, either by money or just simply because they want to see the downfall of society.
Or quite simply that they don't. They're agents,
I
people that are set there to disrupt and destroy. You
I
could say some of the people that were in the Trump administration. Trump tried to do good, right? But there were certain people in his administration trying to stop him from freaking doing good, and
I
they fucked him over every turn.
like I truly do believe if the whole world just followed God, man, it's like it would be great. But I know that's not. I know that.
But it doesn't matter if they follow God. Religion has been corrupted by the Jews. They control religion. They have manipulated people in religion for decades. They're the ones, the people that are truly at power. What I don't think you realize, religion was created as a way to control the idiot masses during the reigns of kings. Christianity was created, probably by Romans, if we're being truly honest, as a way to manipulate the peasant folk over. Islam was created to manipulate the peasant folk of Saudi Arabia or Persia back in the day. Judaism was created to manipulate the Egyptian and manipulate the people of Isaac and the people of Israel. Religion is a tool, a manipulation to freaking distort and control the everyday populace.
I would say for them.
Always has been, always will be. Same with the secret societies. They're there to stoke fear, stoke aggression, and stoke global conflicts. There's a reason why Christianity and Islam were fighting for decades. It's because both religions were stoking hatred between each other. Big leaders, right? Kings were trying to stoke hatred, right? Instead of actually sitting down and freaking talking. All they wanted was to stake land, take money, take wealth, and strip it off each other.
I would say for the most part, yeah. With religion in general,
Do I believe it? Do I believe it? Really, some things are real, probably, but I do think most religions. I think they were created. I don't think there's a real religion at all out there, right, anymore. I think they've all been corrupted. They've all been distorted. I think they've all been something. They're an archaic model from kings, long gone and long dead.
I would say
to freaking distort and manipulate people, manipulate men and women to freaking to kill.
I would say for the most part, there are tons of religions that are not true. There are tons of religions that do stuff for power. But like with the
they all do stuff for power. They all are all money on us ourselves. But whether we can truly trust what they say is the question.
And I would
have
say
an open mind, of course, but
hold on. I would say with the Christian faith, man, it just depends on the person because there are people who use religion for power. But like for the most part, if you really do the research on each and every single religion, you would know that the Christian faith in general, it's like is like the best one to go with in terms of morals, in terms of like values, in terms of everything else. And on top of that, with Jesus Christ, man, it's like you can't find any fault in what he was saying. It's been like 2,000 years, and no one has still been able to prove him wrong. There even evidence outside the Bible that like shows that Jesus was extremely reliable.
Yeah.
That's besides, I've noticed one thing too. I would say you need to have a hope in something, because if you don't have a hope,
you do need to have a hope in something.
Because if you don't have a hope,
religion does help people because it does give people hope and it does give people a sense of purpose. That I don't fall it for. I just feel like religion is abused by powerful leaders and politicians as a way to grope people into believing some freaking nonsense just for a holy war or simply just to gain votes, political power or wherever it is.
I would say no matter what, man, there's always going to be a holy war, because it's like we don't worship the same God. So it's like there's always going to be there was always going to be problems from the beginning. So it's like, even if like different leaders from different religions come together, there's always going to be disagreement because it's like, Muslims worship Allah, even though there are times, I'm not even trying to be rude, there are times when it seems like they worship Muhammad more than Allah. I don't even know what Jewish people worship. Like, I know they worship a god, but I don't know which god.
Satan.
Yeah,
Satan.
you could say that. And there are Buddhists who I'm pretty sure they worship Buddha or something, or they just call
The Buddha, the yin and the yang, and then you got Taoism, which worships the yin and the yang.
I didn't even know what that was.
Taoism's a religion from China and Japan.
Yeah, so it's
Then
like
you've got Sikhism, and then you've got Buddhism, and then you've got
Darwin.
Zoroastrianism. Is a religion long dead, but it was a religion created by the people of Iraq and Persia before they were freaking conquered by Christianity. And
I would say, for the most part, I always say this, man. Like, look, I mean,
you have to have a positive outlook on everything.
Yeah, if a lot of, I would say, like, there's a lot of people who follow Islam and Christianity. But what I've noticed is that, like, for the most part, Muslims don't have a sense of. They seem to look at more of the physical than, like, the actual, like,
Facts.
like, that, yeah, facts, or like, like spiritual like concept of it, because it's like they tend to like just say. I noticed that like kind of they tend to like want something that they can relate to, want a leader that they can relate to, because like with Jesus, it's like he was perfect. You can relate to him as like because he was human, but you can't relate to him because like of his divine nature. And I've noticed with humans in general, if they can't do something, it's hard for them to believe it in a way. It's hard for them to believe that like another man can like do it. But I believe that like with God, God.
I've also been noticing a lot of Americans. They seem to be
They seem to what?
They seem in certain areas in America. They very much seem like they're interested in having a monarchy. Because I don't know, maybe it's just the fact that they secretly haven't had one for decades, or they yearn for monarchies, right? And this is just going from the outset of like the fact that you've elected like multiple dynasties of the same family. That's just what I'm seeing from the outside. Now, I've been multiple Americans that have stated this in the fact. Like, I think you guys secretly, although you left Britain, you secretly still pine for a monarchy. Like, you elect the same. Sometimes you've elected 2 or 3 of the same family.
Hey, look, man. I'll be honest. I don't care. I don't care who's president, who's king. I only have one king, bro. That's Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Jesus. But I would say this risk. There's this guy. There's this guy like this. I would say he's a what is he? A white nationalist? Yeah, he's a white nationalist
or something like that. But
he's called Handsome Truth. I would say don't be like him though. Not that like because it's like he doesn't believe in anything, and I'm like, bro, you just worship your skin color and you worship Hitler. It's like, calm down, bro. Yes. It's like, yeah, because it's like he's funny to an extent, but it's like, I don't know. It's like,
don't get me wrong, I am skeptical of Christianity, but I still take a look and I still pray now and again. But I am skeptical. I do honestly believe that there are some aspects of people that do abuse religion as a way to gain power.
Yeah, no, you're definitely right. There are people who abuse it, and there are definitely people who abuse.
I can see I'm not going to lie. I see signs in the Republican Party that they abuse religion. They don't actually believe. I think a lot of Christians out there, they know for a fact deep down that none of these cunts actually believe in religion, right? They're just using you for your votes. I just hope I presume there's enough Americans there that believe that, realize that, but I just hope they realize it. But you never know. Maybe there's just enough Americans that truly are that lost that they don't care if they believe religion or not. I do see there's a lot of Christians that are putting Trump above the Bible. Religion. You guys still there?
I'm still there.
Yeah. There seems to be a lot more people putting Trump above the Bible, Trump above Christianity. It's not all of them. There are some, which are not Christians. They're just
Bugger. Could be something.
Because they just seem. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think. I still think he's gonna be. He was. Trump's a better choice than her, right? But I do think that they will be. I think there would be some people that would probably turn him into some type of god. Whether you'd like that or not, it's the question. But I do think they would try and turn him into one.
Get on and off.
That's fine. We're basically talking about the fact that do you think that they're going to try and make Trump into some type of god or make Trump into some type of religion?
I feel like he has the following for that to happen.
I feel like I'm not gonna lie.
That's the sad
I
part.
feel like his followers, some of his followers, right? They're fucking off their rockers. They're nice. I'm sure they're nice people, but some of them are probably off their fucking rocker. Like they
I mean,
probably would do that, wouldn't they?
I feel like they would. I mean, for the most part.
Does
I
it
mean,
matter? I don't think they're hurting anybody. As long as they're not hurting anybody, they don't really care.
like, bro, it's like some quote unquote Christians, bro, who claim to be Christians, bro. They put their faith in Trump more than Jesus. It's
They think of it like some type of freaking like
it's
like
sad,
some
bro. It's
type
like
of apostle.
it makes you want to. It probably makes some people want to flip the table like Jesus did during his time, and like
Yeah,
I would say it's fine to get.
well,
It's
they're
fine.
not hurting anybody, but it is concerning the fact that they might actually turn into religion. That's the sad part, though. That's the sad bit. That's the part that they're going to let you. At some point, Americans actually, at some point, some Christians that vote for Trump, right? They actually do make the liberals make sense in certain aspects.
I would say for the
They're
most
actually
part,
proving their point at some points.
yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, what would Barron Trump be then? The second coming of?
Yeah, the second coming of Trump. Don't get me wrong. I still think he was a better choice than Kamala. I'd take Trump over freaking Kamala any day because I actually think he might actually be able to solve peace in
Yo,
the
I'm
Middle
not gonna
East.
lie. Some people said like Kamala looked so drunk and like drained, like after the election. Like she looked older. Some people say she looked like a
He
drunk.
probably used a polar supply of adrenochrome of sucking babies.
Some people say she looked like a drunk
Blood.
aunt.
Nobody really talks about the fact that these people kind of suck blood.
Yeah, no one brings that up because
It's demonic, but it's true. There's a lot. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of more. I'm not liking what's happening in the West lately.
I'm
It
pretty sure
seems
none
like
of
more abuse of children.
I'm pretty sure none of us are liking what's happening in the West.
There's
Yeah,
more
more
abuse
children.
of children. There's more like promiscuity of like child molestation, which I think is awful. But
I have an old guy. I have an old counselor I had in middle school who I follow on IG, bro. She supports trans children. I'm like,
are you
really?
fucking off your rocker, miss?
Look, I'm not gonna say anything to her, but look, I'm like, okay. I'm like, you're.
At what age? Like at 5,
I'm not
10?
sure. I'm not sure.
Like,
I'm assuming middle school age, so like 12, probably.
what are they gonna know? They've only just came out of fucking diapers.
I mean,
Or came off
look.
Oh,
bumpers.
bugger.
I mean, for the
Yeah,
sake. I mean,
nothing's
just for the sake of like everything. I'm not gonna say anything, but I'm just gonna be like,
again. Children have just like let them be kids. Let them play with their Barbie dolls
let them play with their wrestling figures.
or whatever.
Let them
Let
play
them be
video
kids.
games. Let them.
Let them play kids. Let them go to the park. Let them freaking go. Let them play
Yeah, let them.
tag. Let them play soccer. Let them play freaking.
Yeah,
Let them play freaking football.
let
Or
them
like let them
pretend that
play
they're
freaking.
let them
Let them
pretend at
wrestle
night.
for God's sake.
Let them pretend at night that they're going to sleep, but in reality they're playing their DS or something. If kids still play DSs nowadays.
Go with a phone. Oh my god, this idiot.
Speaking of which, bro, I wish I can locate my old DS though. I want to play it. I really do.
I've got one of the original DSs from back in the day.
I had a blue
First
DS. I'm
first
not
ever
gonna.
DS that first came out.
I'm not
Great.
gonna lie.
Already effed, but
I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I think that I just went back in time, bro, and just stole the old. Nah, let me stop. That's a stretch. That's a reach. But nah, it's a fun thought to think about. But yeah, nah. I mean, like, just let kids be kids, though. I mean, whatever
oh,
brings whatever
yeah.
brings them joy, bro. Just let them enjoy that. I don't believe.
There's too
I'll be.
much. There's too much trying. There's too many kids trying to grow up. There's too many kids trying to go to university. We need more
It's
fucking people in trades. We need more people working normal jobs. We
it's
got too
like
many fucking brats going to Ivy League colleges and they're learning fucking nothing.
I would say, like, look, man, why do kids want to grow up so fast? I mean, I'm 22 now.
They
So
want
it's
to grow
like
up fast. They want to be able to drink. They want to. They feel like being a kid sucks, right? But
it
you
doesn't.
realize when you've got to fucking pay money and you've got to fucking pay bills and you've got all this fucking crap to deal with. Not to mention you have to be an adult, and not to mention you also kind of have to. You actually understand how fucked this country really is.
They think
That's
it's
life.
They think it sucks
Country is
because they
extremely
think it sucks.
fucked.
They only think it sucks because they can't go to a strip club or drink. That's the only reason.
Why the hell would you want to go to that? That's where degenerates go.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. At one point in my life, I was thinking, man, I can't. I'm probably gonna go to the strip club and all that stuff. But now that I'm older, I'm like, bro, and I'm Christian
Why
too.
the hell would I go to that? It's demonic as hell.
It is, and it's like, bro, it's like I'm wasting money. It's like the older I got, I'm like, why would I go? Why would I throw my money at some random girl that I won't even care about tomorrow?
Exactly. Why the hell would I do that? Not to mention why there's people spending $4 million on fucking on OnlyFans shit, right? And I say, fellas, get a grip of yourselves, like.
It's like, bro, it's
4 million.
dude,
Like, they're not even getting for some fucking mid. Have you seen that? Like that girl that we are talking about earlier, right?
yeah,
That
sorry.
Christian girl. She's mid as hell.
You
I
said
see girls as beautiful, like attractive like that, or even more attractive at my fucking work, or even quite honestly as customers.
real.
Like,
That's real.
yeah, exactly. There's no offense, but she's not that attractive. If that is what your standards, Americans, I'm sorry, but get fucked. She's ugly as hell. She's a five. Like, saying, why is it all these people that, like Matt Gaetz once said, why is it always the fat woman that always talk about getting abortions? No one wants to fuck you if you look like a farm.
That's true. That's true.
I love listening
I
to
mean,
that.
yeah.
It's
Why is it
hilarious.
always? Yeah, it's always like the less attractive women who are talking
Yeah,
about
I
it.
always complain, why about all that?
I'm not gonna lie. You remember when women were scared that abortions were gonna be taken away because if Trump got into
They're still
office?
scared. They're still scared. You still see them fucking whinge about it.
Bro, it's like I'm not gonna lie, bro. You know, they claim to care about healthcare, but in reality, man, they just want
Americans have
abortion.
never cared about healthcare. Americans don't have healthcare.
Here's the thing: they
But
only
again,
care.
it's still probably more affordable than the shit show we've got.
Yeah, they honestly only care about just not facing the consequences of their actions, aka having a
The
having
UK
a
doesn't.
baby.
UK people say the UK has good healthcare. It's not. It's shit.
Now, look, I don't ever
Ever
want to
since
call
the
it. I
fucking
don't,
mass immigration illegals came in, our healthcare system has been fucked.
I don't ever want to refer to a child as like consequences to your actions, but you know, I don't know how else to
We
refer.
decided if you don't want fucking have children, don't have sex.
That's what I'm
You
saying.
want to
It's like,
fund them or fucking take a fucking pill.
or just
Get
wrap it, or
get the
just
girl
wrap,
to take a pill or something like that.
yeah, or just wrap it up. Something like, bro, if you're gonna do it for the love of the game, just at least take every repercussions. It's like I don't condone
Exactly.
that, but I'm saying if you're gonna do it for the love of the
Yeah,
game, just
yeah. There's people, Canadians, as part of Canada joining, they wanted on access to abortion. They wanted to be able to abort children. And
why,
that was one of the only things. They also wanted same day voting, 24 hours same day voting, which I
man?
actually agree with.
Man, I'll be honest. Don't be surprised if I get some.
And
If
they
I,
also the downside is he only wanted 5 states,
I'll be honest.
3 territories.
I'm not gonna be surprised if I get something in like the category of abolish abortion thing. Like I've been hearing a lot about like, absolutionists, and I'm gonna do more research on it. No, it's like yeah, they're pretty much against abortion. And I'm like, yeah, so don't be surprised if I get something
Don't
in
get
that.
me wrong, we're going to have to at some point you will have to probably allow abortion just to fucking quite honestly just to appease the fucking left. Some parts of the psychos,
I
right?
think
But
I think that's
and it's in your best interest to appease them to a certain extent, but I wouldn't go for absolute abortion because that, quite honestly, you never know if if the kids defect or something like that, is life is in danger. Something needs to happen.
I'm
Protect
gonna
it.
be honest. I would say this: if I was president, I would make it extreme abortion. Like I
What I would do. So you, yeah. So what from what I'm saying now, you'd probably be a Republican. Republican. Uh,
yeah no
what
it
I
would
would do is,
like
I think we should allow same day voting, 24 hours. Any votes that are not in after the next 24 hours are automatically not counted. Same day voting, 24 hours. Exactly what Florida did.
oh wait so pretty much like you have 24
I
hours.
want what Florida did in every fucking state.
I would say, if I had to compromise on it, I would make it extreme. I'd make you jump through hoops. I don't
Good.
know.
Fine.
Like I'd make you jump through hoops.
Well,
Like I'd get you counseling. I'd get you everything that you need in order to talk this through, in order to just talk you out of it.
well,
But
they don't want to talk it through though. They want to be abstained from their actions.
I'm gonna think of something though. I'm gonna think of something.
You would.
But it would be extremely hard for anyone to get an abortion though. I'm gonna be honest with you. If I can't
Yeah.
completely get rid of it, it's gonna be you're gonna have to jump through hoops to get that abortion because it's like, bro, like it'll still be it'll still be there, but it won't be easy
It'll
to
still
get
be
to.
there, but you will have to jump through hoops. So you won't be allowed to kill it just straight on the. You won't be able to kill it straight on the way. There will
Yeah,
be limits to the point where, like, if you don't want to have a baby, you're not going to be allowed to kill it straight away.
I would say for the most part, man. But if I'm not president, then I'd probably just be a regular activist, something like. And I would,
Good side activist.
or
Oh,
okay, maybe not an activist, but like just something. I'd have
again,
something.
I don't agree with the. I don't agree. I'm pro oil. I'm pro drilling. I'm pro freaking. I'm pro steel manufacturing. I'm pro farmer. I'm pro domestic steel. I think we should have domestic. In my opinion, I think the UK should have domestic steel production. Because we don't have domestic steel production, how the hell are we supposed to be able to build boats or stuff to protect ourselves defense wise?
That's true.
My guy.
I think after this call, I will look into like what I said earlier about. But yeah,
Yeah.
but would you wait, Risk? Would you ever like want to own a farm?
Yes, I would. They're going
Nice,
to make it unaffordable in the UK to own a farm, but I would own one. Yeah.
gotcha. Okay, nice.
Like they've made it unaffordable to own a farm in the UK, right?
Right.
They effectively want. Did you hear about the whole inheritance tax bullshit? Where
Yep.
effectively, literally, if you own a farm, right, they're going to make you have to pay 500k in 10 years, right? How the hell are you going to get that money, especially if you're only making 60 grand a year, right? You'd have to just to cover that, you'd have to sell the farm, right? And it's all a corporate cash grab by BlackRock, Blackstone, and all these guys. They will fucking take our farms. They took our farms. They took our jobs. They took our land. Well, all they do is want to take the land.
Yeah. Well, I hope someday, like maybe I'll be living on a farm with a nice girl and my family and my 2 or 3 kids.
It definitely won't be in New York because there's not enough farmland in New
Yeah,
York.
it won't be. Yeah, if I'm,
It'll be Missouri or it'll be fricking. It could be national.
it has to be some. I know it has to be somewhere else though. Or I don't know. Maybe a nice ranch. Maybe a nice ranch. I don't know. With my cowboy. Maybe I'll get a black horse. Maybe I'll get like a black or brown horse.
Maybe you can make some money out just teaching kids how to ride horses.
Yeah. I'll be honest.
No,
I think it'd be a very simple life, but it'd be like a calm life. You know.
well,
Um, I don't know what name. I don't know what I'd name the horse though. Probably I'd name it something. Probably name it something based off its like fur color. But
Bernard. Yeah.
or Hudson.
Yeah.
I think Hudson would be a great name. Hudson Taylor.
Ironically, Hudson, if I remember correctly, was a name used for a government program in Canada. Hudson
Oh,
Bay.
I didn't even know that.
I don't remember. I think it was some track and trace program they did or something like that, or some type of construction based program.
Yeah, and I would hope to still have my 3 dogs on that farm, just running around, being happy. Me and my porch and my chair, possibly rocking chair, because
Aye.
it would be a very simple life with my wife, who's possibly gonna be honest with you. My wife possibly won't be black either.
That's
She'll
fine.
either be white. She'll either be white or Asian. I'm gonna be honest.
Well, there is a big portion of Asians coming into this country, so and they're nice people. Asians are nice people.
Yeah,
And by the time that you probably get married, we might have South Korea as a state. So
yeah. So my children might be that's all I'm gonna say.
you can usually go for freaking Japan if you can usually go to Japan. Japan's an interesting place. So.
Now look,
Especially they're about to need to be they're about to go through it.
I would say for the most part,
Idiot.
I would say if she is black, then that's cool, but it doesn't really matter to me. She might even be Indian.
Indians are hardworking.
Yeah, that's true.
Some of the most funniest people I've met.
Yeah,
But the only downside is that the people that freaking come to this country illegally, right? They give these people bad reps. Nice people, but
yeah, that's
give
true.
these people bad rep.
Yeah, I'd say they're really nice people.
Really nice people, but they give the illegals coming into this country give people bad reps.
I'll be honest. You think it would be a good idea if like if we were in office, would it be a great idea to separate like every like person based like from like based on like city based on race, or would that be
That's a
and
bit democratic, ain't it? That's a bit Democrat, ain't it? Like, literally, ain't that a bit racist? Like,
that's that's
that
Yeah,
ain't that about
I was
ain't
thinking
that
that.
segregation about you guys fought, about
that
the Republicans fought against?
that's true. That's true. You're right. No, I was just wondering if anybody would do.
So I'm sure you want that.
Yeah, I'll be honest.
They fought against, which is quite hilarious
Yeah, I'll
and
be honest.
ironic. But
I don't think I'd want that because like I like seeing other races, man. It's like I like seeing them just hang out with each other.
as long as you want to integrate, if they want to live here, fine. But you have to fucking integrate. You have to obey the laws. You have to freaking integrate. You have to learn the language. You have to freaking embrace the culture. If you're not going to embrace the culture, I'm sorry, but you cannot live here. We are not going to change our values for you.
That's true.
You want to be American, then fine. You want to be British, then fine. British and Americans are no different. We're the same people. We're just a little bit skinty on guns, gun control. But even then, I'm moving towards guns.
Yeah, I'd say for the most part, it's like you have to
Really
embrace.
fucking nutter.
Yeah, there are tons of people from different cultures who embrace America and like they're happy. So why don't you?
I'm not happy
What?
to then.
Yeah. So what's their excuse for not embracing America? Because you don't like it?
They don't
Get out.
want. They don't want to embrace it because they want to take over. They don't want to embrace it because they want to take over your lands. They want to fucking invade. They want to conquer, and they want to leave you. Won't leave us with nothing. They're here. They're not here to freaking come become Americans. They're here to take you over. They're here to take your land. They're here to take all our culture, and they're here to destroy you. To destroy us.
They're here to take our women.
Take our women. Take our land. Take everything.
Now I draw the line with taking our women. We have
Well, they
great
are.
women.
Let's be real here. They are. Like, why else would they come here? They're single-aged men, fighting aged men. They haven't brought their wives. They haven't brought their children.
True.
How else are we supposed to look at it like that? We're not idiots. We're probably some of the most intelligent people in our countries, right? But they have to look at it logically. Why are they bringing people here? Why are they coming to this country? Why are they coming here only by themselves and not bringing their wives and children? Are they here to scope out the country before the wives come, or are they here to set up things so you get free housing, free everything, then have them come across the border later?
I would hope that they're just here to scope out and leave.
They're not
But
here to scope. They're here to scope out and freaking take the land,
that's
take
true.
free land, take the housing, take everything. They don't care. They've got their plans. Their plans are to have everything, get everything handed for free. Take our money, drain us from our bank accounts, and then literally have the working class people of said England or of Britain or America freaking work themselves into death. Well, they get fucking handed freebies for doing nothing apart from scoping out and taking our hard earned money. What are these people earning? These people didn't come here. These people didn't come here to interact and become American. They came here to invade. And they came here to conquer. Trust me, they are here to conquer, and they will come when time comes. And when time comes, they will react.
That's true. That's true. I heard no lies in what you just said there. Yeah,
Wait,
they're
don't
just
get me wrong. They're gonna wait until we're damaged. They're gonna wait until we're fucking. They're gonna wait their opportunity. They're gonna wait until we're weak. Wait until our populations are declining, and then they're going to do to us what they did to Lebanon. When they're weak, when we're a minority, they're going to send their men and murder us. I would do the exact same. We'd do the exact same to them. What if their populations are weak? America's not having enough children. Britain's not having enough children. They see us as the weak prey. They're going to wait until we're weak, we're old weak, or they're going to wait until we're fucking start a conflict abroad, right? Send all our fucking men abroad, right? And then when that happens, they're going to invade and attack. That's the plan. They're going to wait until we have sent all our young men abroad, fighting age men abroad, to fight in some God knows forever war, like Iraq or Afghanistan or the Middle East. And then when we're doing that, they're going to invade. They're going to invade. They're going to start terrorizing our young. They're going to terrorize our children, terrorize our elderly, terrorize our women.
It's true. I mean, yeah, it's
They
like
already have more people. In the UK, they already have more men than our military.
wow, crazy.
And they probably have, like, how many people are in your military, right? How much? Eric, can we do a search on how many people in your military, right? What's in your military, right?
Yeah, I'll do it real quick.
2 million
About
for someone like that?
I believe it's between two. I believe it's like between about it's about like average people on average duty are about 1.29 million active duty troops.
1.9 million, right? Do a
Yeah,
check on how many immigrants, illegals came into this country in the last 5 years.
what'd you say?
Do a checklist on how many illegals came into this country in America in the last 4 years since Biden's presidency. Or even not even Biden's presidency. Let's say since Bush or since Obama.
I don't know why, but I feel like
Probably over 50 million, right?
yeah,
You'd be fucked.
yeah.
They're
But in
all
the
active men that are willing to fight.
but in the but in the but in the New York State, 750K illegal immigrants came here in NYC.
750
Yeah, 750K.
just in New York.
Yeah, New York. Yeah, New York. Just New York. But under 11 million.
Imagine if they're just fighting men.
Yeah, but 11 million are in the United States.
11 million
Yes.
versus a million military personnel. 11 million fighting age men versus 11 million fighting age men versus what 1.12 million fighting personnel. Concerning,
Yeah, it really
nonetheless. Concerning.
it is. It is. I know.
Now you know how now we feel like we've got 100 population. They've clearly got enough to outmatch us.
I mean, look, if they're gonna be illegal, at least put them to work. But at the same time, I prefer they go back to their
I
country.
prefer to go back to their own country because I feel like they've done. I'm not. Are we concerned? And then they don't understand why he's scared because there's.
Yeah, I mean, shoot.
I
I mean,
missed out on opportunity because some idiot. Okay,
but
but yeah, you're right. So yeah,
so anything else?
11 million versus like 1 million, right? Our military personnel, right? That's not even talking about the people that. That's not even talking about reserves.
That is that's a
Yeah,
lot
concerning, but
concerning.
give me a second.
So is there anything else?
I think that'll be us.
Yeah.